doing an intense game.
We're doing an intense game of hot potato. This is gonna be really intense. Watch this, watch this.
Intense games of hot potato.
All right, hey, Ron. Remember that? Hey, that was hilarious. Hey, Ron. Hot potato.
For conversation. Yeah. Riveting game of hot potato. Meanwhile, I'm at the bar. Oh, look. Wow.
I can't see him.
All right, well, after the day of stuff, took a shower, freshened up, outfit of the day, cute, right? Pink. So they have these whole like dirty dancing after the club areas that's like apart from the hotel where they have a DJ and drinks and all this other stuff. So hopefully my nephew who left me is here and I don't walk into this random ass party and not know people in here. So it's, I can't remember what the little village is called, but this is what it looks like. And then this is the little area that has the club music happening. Yes. All right, so it is our last night here. I am hanging with Corbin. There has been this room off of that big, large room that I showed you all that I was interested in knowing what was in it. And basically, it's a large space that could either be used for weddings, looking at the end here, or a theater production. Oh, so they put on Christmas plays in here. This is like it's a huge ass stage too. Wow. Come on, give me.
I was shocked when Netflix contacted me and said they wanted me to do a special. Yeah, I was like, I mean, I guess for my first Netflix special, I'll do it. Okay, I'll do it here.
Woo!
They paid me a lot of fucking money to come out. I'm telling y'all right now, they paid me a lot of money. Netflix has money. But yeah, I like it here though. I love it. You guys have a beautiful country. Y'all bang. Y'all bang. I'll give y'all that. I didn't make 5 minutes without being told how I need to tip this person, tip that person. Like, here's a tip, Jamaica. Mind y'all.
Hey, it me. All right, it is the last day, Tuesday, the last day of our family vacation / wedding, and it has been a glorious trip. Few people left a day or two early, but the vast majority of us are leaving today. So my goal is to have breakfast at the breakfast buffet, go down to the beach and like get in the ocean because I didn't get in there the way I wanted to, come back, shower, I'm already packed for the vast majority of things. I just need to like shower, change my clothes, and put away like my toiletries. And then make it to the front lobby by 9 a.m. so I can catch my flight. It's an hour drive to back to the airport, and then allowing 3 hours for immigration and customs and whatever else. So that is the goal. I'll also try to give you all a full scale of the hotel. I've not given you the full thing, so that's the plan. Let's see how it works, and we're gonna wrap up this vlog. All right, to eat. Okay, I inhaled breakfast. You hear me? Inhaled. Excuse me. So it's gonna be kind of a long day, so I did more protein heavy with a little bit of fruit, sausage, bacon, 2 pancakes, because what is breakfast to me without pancakes? A few slices of watermelon and some water. Flight leaves at 1:24, and I think I arrive home tonight at 10 or 11 because I have a 4-hour layover in Atlanta. It's a long layover. So my time is limited, but I'm gonna see what. See what I can do. As far as
oh my goodness, I'm so embarrassed.
Time I spend here on the beach. All right, let's go. I want to give y'all a scale of the, at least as much as I can, of the full hotel. All right. There's the beach. And here's the hotel, starting back over there. It goes around, tucks back up in there, comes back around, tucks back up in there. But you think that's where my room is, back in that little corner over there? Comes around, goes around, and then goes back a little bit over that way. This property is huge as hell. Lots of people, terrible Wi-Fi. And here's Jamaica. A little bit of time to ground in the earth, in the water. I do feel better. Okay. I do feel better. I feel much better, actually. That I got a little bit of time to do one of the main things that I wanted to do. So, I will probably catch y'all up to close out the video, because I don't know what the airport is going to be. Other than the 4-hour layover in Atlanta, I will come back and catch up with y'all later. Hey, it's me. All right, so, well, after the trip, I wanted to come back and close out the video. It was a very fun, adventurous, trying, eventful. It was a great vacation, wedding, weekend, long weekend. The traveling days were hard for me, particularly just because I was on a friend's buddy pass, and I did not realize that trying to get from Atlanta to Jamaica, because my flight connected into Atlanta, I did not realize that it was that difficult to make that transition, like from there to there. And not just because I was on the buddy pass, but the flights are generally cheap from Atlanta to Jamaica. Like, I was like, why is because outside of me being on the buddy pass, when I got to the terminal, the second one, because the first one was already booked and gone, when I got to the second terminal for the next flight flying out, they were paying people that had bought tickets to reschedule for the next day. Because there was another flight there were only 3 flights as far as from when I looked at all of the dates going forward. There are only 3 flights a day from Atlanta to Jamaica, unless that's changed since now. It's now the middle of September. The second flight, and they were already telling people like, yeah, that third flight is already overbooked. We want you to reschedule for tomorrow to try to get on. And they paid 3 people $1,500 to reschedule for the next day. So yeah, that was the trying part. Going and coming from Atlanta to Jamaica. So had everything worked out, then I actually would have been in Jamaica on Thursday instead of Friday. It just didn't work out because of the bookings of the plane, so I didn't get to Jamaica until Friday. And the same thing coming back, I ended up having to spend a night. Fortunately, I have friends in Atlanta, so I ended up having to spend a night at a friend's house. Thank you, friend, for being gracious and getting me a lift the next morning at 4 o'clock in the a.m. Now I don't blame you, because I wouldn't want to get up and take me to the airport either. Right. Thank you, friend. Love you. It was hard getting there and back. Like the flight, it was a lot. It was like the flight got delayed. Like it just was a lot. Traveling was a lot. Then I had to like find one of my bags because it was traveling days were a lot, but being there, it was really, really nice. It was a great time. It was a great experience. I definitely want to go back. I didn't get to do everything that I wanted to do. I wanted to go to Kingston. I wanted to go into the neighborhoods. I know everyone's like, you need to stay on the resort. Just stay on the resort. It's safer, blah, blah, blah. But I like to see the neighborhoods. I did have a lot of conversations with the people that worked at the resort, which was really cool, because I'm like, they're going to do the resort things. I don't want the resort things. I want the things that y'all do. So like they had tons of bars at the resort, and I'm like, make me what y'all drink. But yeah, I definitely want to go back. I want to go to Kingston. Will I stay at that resort again? No, I think that there were a lot of things that could have been better based on other resorts that I've read about, and based on the experience of like my parents that were there that have been to Jamaica, and resorts that they stayed at there, and other people that I know that have been there, and comparing the 2 resorts, it was decent, but I would want to stay someplace else that is a little bit more all-inclusive, has more amenities than that one does. But it was decent. It was decent overall. I got sick when I got back. Like, I got sick before I left. And, the water. I know you're not supposed to drink water in certain places. And, because water was kind of sparse at the facility, like they gave you a bottle of water every day in your refrigerator, like when they came and cleaned your room. But outside of that, you were drinking the water, at the breakfast or at dinner, like wherever restaurant or thing you were at, that's where you were drinking the water. It was kitchen or, sink-filled water. So, of course, I got sick along with several other people that was with us, like sick, for a few days. I'm not entirely mad at it. I'm able to fit a few more clothes that I
You're goofy.
But overall, really, really, really fun time. There are definitely more excursions that I would want to do because there was like a swimming with the dolphins one or Dolphin Cove. It was something like that, something involving dolphins. The passport process wasn't the worst. I had a lot of unforeseen timing circumstances that made me push it to the limit. So right now it takes 10 to 12 weeks to get a passport. That's not rushed. That's just standard going in and doing the whole process. 10 to 12 weeks is what it's taking because my things got pushed back basically a month. I had to do the express option. So I will say that if you are planning a trip, you definitely want to get on top of this 5 months in advance, 6 months in advance, just to make sure that there are no issues. If by any means or reason, money, whatever it may be, that causes you to really push it to the limit and you have to do express right now is 7 to 9 weeks for you to get a passport if you rush it. Now at my local post office, the person that helped me out was like, okay, you're gonna want to do express everything. So express send it, have them express process it, and have them express mail it back. You got to pay for it, but do express everything, because if you don't do express send when they're going to put it in regular mail, and they'll and if you pay for express processing, yeah, they're going to process it faster. But if you don't pay for express sending it back, then they're going to put it again back in the mail, and however long that takes, that's how long it takes. And opposed to if you do express mail, I believe it's either next day or 2 day, something like that. It's quick, and opposed to however long it would normally take. So fortunately for me, it worked out. I got my passport 1 week before, so I feel right at the 8-week mark. 9 weeks would have been like 2 days past the date that I was supposed to be there. So timing worked out, but just a word to the wise on that, on the times that it takes to get a passport. If you could do it 4 months in advance, just to give you a really good berth, a nice wide berth. I did also read that if you have a passport agency local to you, then that also can make it a little bit quicker. I did everything through my the main post office here in Detroit. I didn't realize that literally like down the street and across the street was the actual passport office, which I would have went to instead. But you know, you do have a couple of options of doing it. So this is my first time having a passport. I ended up going onto YouTube and was like, all right, let me find out what the process is, even though I read it on the website. Sometimes sometimes I need multiple ways of learning. So sometimes I can read something, but I still need to see it. And it made sense because I followed directions, but I still wanted to see it as a just in case. I'm just a just in case person sometimes, not all the time. So I found the video, did what the lady said in the video, made all of my own copies and did all of that type of stuff. But when I got to the post office, they actually had all paperwork and copies there. Word to the wise, you cannot mess up on the paperwork if you choose to do it at home or in person. If you mess up anything is wrong, you have to toss that piece of paper and start all over on a fresh one. No mistakes can be made. Also, another thing is that you have to take your birth certificate certified. They're going to take that from you. They're going to make copies, but they're going to take it. They send it to the passport agency, and eventually you get that back in the mail. Now, I got my birth certificate, I think the day after my passport came back in the mail. So just expect to be without your birth certificate. Fortunately, I have 2 certified ones. So there was no reason for me to have to use it in that 7 to 9 week time, but got to always have a backup of your birth certificate. Going to the website, I'll have a link down below so that you can see, because I know that the charges and the amounts do vary per state. Other than that though, yeah, it was an overall good time. It was a really, really great time, a great experience. 10 out of 10 would recommend. 10 out of 10, definitely want to go back. My niece was like, we need to go to Sandals. So I guess going back, that would be the place that we would go to. If you have experience with Jamaica and going, let me know in the comments down below. I know people have been sharing with the previous videos. Beep. And remember that any videos that pop up above will always be linked down below in the description box, and sometimes in the end cards for you to check out after this one. So a lot of people in the previous 2 parts have been sharing their experiences and things like that. I got a couple responses on TikTok as well. about asking about the resort. So, you know, it's just good for community and for other people to see it and have the experience, just in case this is something that they want to do. So yeah, share the experiences that you have in traveling to Jamaica and the things that you did. All right, so I am gonna get out of one of my Hawaiian shirts and call it a night. But yeah, it was a really, really, really good time. A really good time. All right, make sure that you like this video, press the red subscribe button. Listen, I'm trying to get a little bit more into my vlogging bag a little bit. I'm gonna start getting back into more of my other things that I do and post on like Sundays or Mondays and Tuesdays. Skincare, my natural deodorant challenges. I got a couple coming up. So yeah, so look out for more stuff like that. But you know, always got hair content coming. Feel free to share this out if somebody else may want to see the experience of Jamaica. Punch the notification bell so that you can stay. Wind your waist. Press. When I post my videos. And again, thank you for tuning in to JermaineAuNatural. I'll see you in the next one.